most of these people, the way they do for big camp, where they don't hold them because of me. BB last Sunday we go make 1 week tomorrow. They will see who one. Where it go to 10, and then they see who another one again on Tuesday. Where it go to 11. 8 of them, and the people where they get picking them. We are all the thing not happen because of me. So their woman they worry me. And she don't sue. And if you want change number, so I don't want me any of them because they expect you and they expect say no. I will send you 1,000. I will send you 5,000. But you go be shocked now. So when you tell people no go believe. The whole day for one pass or whole 1 week so for one pass. If you get 5,000, you appreciate God with that 5,000. Aside for Bami and no fit delay that first time will be get access where people be giving money. Black leg don't plenty pass that first time. Since now when they be holding my big brother, particularly he worry me. I no be the talk with ye. But if he worry me, broke me down. I call father, explain them for them. I say I beg. Even I only lasting this where they feel helping me, I get picking them. Me they no ever take it for my picking them side the way I get them. Because they want cash all they get and they get it all run. None of them no day. Make them no ever but me they help me for see how they feel even support me with money. Man move my elder brother. They tell me say no, they could do that one. I say okay. I the joke home I say that we will see me being at the one way that they ask money. So finally they can't meet up, they can't see my big ready for up. The first time when they see they ask 1.5, I call part them, I beg them, saying that the situation that and that money they be giving at 2 days. Say they be giving the woman at 2 days, and there was nothing, no person to borrow money from. I tell part them, nobody they talk say they will get back to me, but no man nobody ever told me nothing. I say well. Now me I talk say me they put but me the man will be die where they be cash for Ntarikun for that Jambo place key. Now me I will tell pass say for the look of things they were don't observe and they were know the thing the way they for inside here because of tribalism issue. I know say but me the man they so I see basing the base for man con need the man con picking. If they put him in control tanker, probably no good day. But if I mean the man if control tanker, who could I go inside like me they push Jesse like the assistant. Unfortunately, time we Bamin the man die. I tell pardon when I put Jesse. That is the only person because the other one the way they did is strong soldier they did. But that strong soldier they na soldier the way their food they never stand. No fit listen me they plan them for under the canopy of this boy them did their tribalism. They want and I say make it there talk say ma take over that camp and start the rule so that me they plan order that could and succeed for Kimi. And I don't ever tell them say I no go control camp for no reason. I could only be any person where they I could deal with you. When Crosby die, I be there with striker very correct. That picking never ever get problem. Because you know we always say ground. So this week we will do now wait to be a plan. I will tell you saying so. The only time we will get problem for striker will be a time where striker take you will not be the reason if you follow my own. Since they don't come, a lot of difficulty they were at the gate time. The day we advance at the first thing I said that time I know we don't go back for Bamina. I be there for Ishimbi. I they talk with the picking and she said the picking and need to respect you. When I holler the picking and go adjust. She said go can tell them na say it vex with them because they take order from me. Because of that thing in enter Ayabacho press me say ma come back. For say we go balance the thing. I come back. When something the way no correct we supposed to bend this one. When I stand, say okay, this thing na so we get for work. When we walk, by the end of the day, it's just a problem. Say I want take na power. When I leave and say me spoil, he can't talk for me, he can't call me. Even same na her brother. This thing they spoil so they affect na all we. Me I don't push Jesse for time for down several times. I don't talk for my for Jesse. You know say you there for this place. I know they even think and say na you. I propose na me. I don't say me they put you for the commander. Me you control we. No be say I the vex, but anything where you don't know, ask question. Yeah, one thing where you fall for the picking and I say, you know the should go and the picking they ever been a picking they should go. You ain't know they should go. I don't try preach for them, make and they understand say, no be all man be man with the whole gun, but you ain't no feel lamb. You get idea, you get on side, you get age, you the reason small, we if we gather them together. Now the reason that not be say you bad pass them because when it comes to go for outside or all this thing, you never ever do them. So you know feel all I'm so now the thing this way are the insisting this will make the beginning understand say na your position this. No be say the beginning no one respect you. When me and Jesse go talk for year 5, he could go talk different thing for pa. I tell you since time we are come back for Bamenda after that movement. A lot I find difficult. When I want to talk for Mami Wali, that flow is not there. When I want to talk this, I need to see that flow. I want to see they start bringing some flames, say, me, I don't chop. I don't see 4 million. I don't see so and so the one. I sit down for that. I say, if some man pay for this land, if he put the hands so swear, sir, I will swear we are not looking at anybody. If they fit put some oath for my front, say I don't go take money for person. Chop am. If you like and the person get a crime, when the money never enter our coffers, so I could start, I could sue anything. Since the day where I start all this thing, I start born news way be there for social media, we be seeing a population be they do the thing. I stand since those days, since that day up to today. No be today I can't change my mind. I nobody ever agree for 1 second for change my mind. If you feel ask for any village, I don't walk the goals and ways we eye for them. Can we found it? Oh, come for Bamenda. I have no village, no the way you go stand so come and name the people will not be happy. I am a pastor. I did shoot gun. I did do terrible things when it comes to against the work, when you go against the rule. But I discover say the more I the throw for put them, this one tribalism. You want do so. You want do so. The thing that we see that they move on for social media for me that time. Big number they should run for bad to go if they give order. But actually some of the things they not be big number. Not for say cut you short. For this short time, they don't overcatch people then concern me. A lot of force then did for Bamenda every let me say they deploy different forces every day for inside Bamenda. This one now for this one only to find me. These people know. When I go she down, they are not happy. Things are outside the path. If a lot of things they happen. But when I come for outside, I insist we do not so that na so tango day. By the end of the day, it become a problem. You want to rule us. Nobody even say that picking them. For that picking them. The problem that they say and better thing. When I'm picking them, they don't even know tanker. Now me, I bring them for inside tanker. Now me so I carry them, so I bring them. I plan them suited the strong can be for Saturday the day today. Even if fire about you, even I hear something concern me, ask me. That has always been my question, my thing. Ask me. Say this one how. Sometimes the thing I don't do, I be choose I do right thing, but I don't do that wrong. I could say where I be sorry, I be do and so. No hear anything concern me, you conclude that. I did leave peace no day because my cousin the way they don't catch them. They are woman and they for my neck every day they cry money. The one the way they don't beat them when they for hospital. They cry money for me. My other brother, his children and your wife, they ask money for me every day. I don't have money. But when I go she don't hear my brother, they will go for back, go talk for some people, say, when I'm my pastor, in the quack, I take money for people job. Where I not get no 100 francs to offer for those my people the way they don't detain them for their woman them. That means sir, I don't tire. I don't look front. They could call me, tell me, say, look all do with the sea poison. I could gather all we could sit down, I could talk. So one picking when they go can't talk, some picking or don't can't tell me for back. But I'm at this way, you see the ground and this will begin to look all with them all. I say no, I know boy, I know. But all I say the work must go. Since the day where I would decide say I know go do me no nothing, I know go talk without no nothing for Parava shoot gun. Bamenda will be very cool. Very cool. No nothing. The day where I woke up, papa, tang don't hot. They say, you see that power? It the work up news. They don't talk to me, they don't fight again. Me they lie low. I do work, I do this. Sir, me say Capo Daniel. All these things and all these things you want to hear them. Me cause infighting. It could bring peace. Me come go before GDR. Which place where I give for start for even free? Not even about the people, about only my own people where they suffer, where they don't detain them, they're picking them there outside, they don't get something for job. Which I feel do for this situation, sir.
The situation if it be just too much, especially with the side where the family member the way they be them arrest them for Pastor Imam. The one I hope Pastor will leave church for fight for a country. A very big leader where he don't bring discipline. He don't save the country for fight against kidnapping for ransom. It will be the key. As a matter of fact, now my work will be create that position, say anti-kidnapping czar, and he the leader of the anti-kidnapping squad for the Bamenda Brigade.
So when I don't listen to Pastor Emma, he talk, he cry, he even consider for go for DDR, but Capo Daniel, he tell him say make it remain for ambassador terrorism, and he die in the process. Then Capo Daniel, he can't play audio them, and then, hi. This diaspora don't deal with Anglophones them. Whoever be bring this thing say Amba. Like I talk, if fine make it go round, make it touch all man. Now why that way some people they vex with me because I be truthful. I did tell when I been on a conscience. Because for 2018, 19, at the peak of this thing, or when it be just start, we will be the first victims them where the target we want talk when I call we all kind names. When I talk say Amba boy need a thief, Amba boy no if we do this. If we insist, when I talk say no Nantangaji boys, no be real Amba. If we insist, when I talk say what did you expect? We have to break eggs to make an omelette. So let the eggs continue to be broken because that omelette, not only one person will chop them all we go chop that omelette. We mean say now all our eggs they get for break them. Maybe not just my own eggs. Or now some different person eggs. So Eric Tato, their house for Manu, it be burnt down, fantastic. And another thing we wanna need for understand I say, why was that house standing in the first place all this while? That is a simple question because if not me, I be been at the Cameroon government, I for don't burn the thing since. But then again, like I tell when our Cameroon government not fight these Shumbu terrorists them. They don't fight them. I don't tell when over and over again. This one is just another evidence. See how Capo Daniel cry. See the impact we get down for ye life and the pressures we go put down for ye. See how so-called Pastor Emma they cry when they arrest the brother. See the impact where it get them on them. But now we did beg say Cameroon government use these tools. They are at your disposal. Use them. It will cause positive effect. It go wipe out this ambassador terrorism now. So, but no, Cameroon government need to fight them. So we fight them ourselves. Like I talk, I don't need no personal permission for fight ambassador terrorism because now them invite me into this fight. They attack me, they start them, and I go finish them. Thank you plenty my country people them. When I leave my comments in the comment section, I hope say when I don't enjoy this live broadcast, make sure say when I share, make it go far and wide.
fellow Ambazonians, now houses, this is our house where I grew up. This is my room where I grew up. I grew up in this room, living in this room all my life. So this is our house, our kitchen. My mom had prepared food here for countless people. This is not just a house. This is our childhood memory. It's not just a building. This is my life. This is what I smell growing up. It means everything to me. It is more than a mansion. It's not just the building or the house, the property that have been lost. I thank God that nobody was hurt. This is it. Microwave, fridge, everything burns to the ground. Everything, total loss. A deep freezer, this is melt na melt. TV, these are all things I grew up with. This is my house where I grew up. It's more than everything. For Ambazonian fighters to come in and burn it, knowing that it is my house, me who have represented this struggle at the highest level, this is shameful. And the way they behave, because they came into the house, 3 of them well armed. They came with 2 jelly cans of petroleum, which means that they buy those petroleum. They had given them money to come and burn the house. They came, this is my parents' room. This is my parents' room. There's small TV there. Everything burned, destroyed. It's not just the bed. This bed, I grew up knowing this bed as a child. It has never changed. This is it here. The whole house burnt to everything. Every property, pictures, memories. They are all clothes. Even clothes of some of my family members who had passed on are still kept in our house. My old clothes are still there. Everything burned. It pains the same. It is the same loss. Because people's houses have been burned, people forget and they move along. The people who were living in those houses, they become homeless, houseless. They start to suffer with the day-to-day consequences. Nobody knows. We have suffered enough. People have suffered and died enough. These boys, my suspicion falls to a family-in-law who lives out of Cameroon because of the timing of the issue and previous history and statement made and things that I cannot say on air. But the result is the same pain in my heart. The loss and the destruction is the same. My whole family is devastated by such senseless killing and burning and kidnapping and all these things. But whatever the case, these are Ambazonian fighters who are supposedly representing Ambazonia, carrying out such actions, burning my family home, my childhood home in Maitude, A2 Street. And guess what? It was a Cameroon police, the big commander there, who came there in person to come and take note and console my family. And he personally called the army rescue. They came there, the commander came there, they could not bring their car, but he drove there, their big man came there and apologized that their car is broken. They don't even have water. If they put water there, it cannot even come. They came and explained everything. What a contrast. What an irony. But this my experience and pain and loss should be an eye-opener to every Ambazonia, to Seseko. Seseko, can you defend this? Can you explain this? Can anybody now say you don't know what is happening? Our boys who were set up to fight for freedom, today you can hire them even with 20,000, whatever, to go and do anything to anybody. Who can be safe if these boys will not be afraid of their conscience to do such a thing to my person who have sacrificed so much for this struggle, despite the differences we have? My father will live, he's in the village there, he will come sometime, he will meet even General Nye, even when we are at the heat of disagreement, me and the forces in Boyo. They will still greet my father, sometimes they will greet them and take picture and send to me. I say, Capo, Daniel, pass for here. Our forces have never been doing this thing to go and attack another Ambazonian leader's house. It has never happened. So when it happened like this, we know where it comes from. People pay soldiers to settle scores.
So my country people then, the question, Nase, is the president running Is President Paul Biya running for the election for 2025? That is a very good question, and a lot of people, they don't talk about him. Recently, when I don't see him on the news, where some bishops, them Catholic priests, they don't make some statements them about President Paul Biya and the idea for you for run again for re-election for 2025. So the Minister for Communication, Rene Sadi, he don't come out with a statement where I want for read and for giving a clarity of which way it happened. So the title now say, declarations by certain bishops of the Roman Catholic Church on the 2025 presidential election in Cameroon. He said, during the past few days, more specifically following the head of state's end of year message to the nation, we have been witness to various reactions on mainstream and social media from our fellow citizens, including those of some prelates of the Catholic Church in relation to this year's presidential election. While recognizing the right of all to freely express their opinions within the ambit of the laws of the Republic, the government deeply deplores the vehemence of some declarations focused solely on the presidential stakes and based on a misleading and inaccurate interpretation of the words of the President of the Republic. In this regard, it should be recalled that the President of the Republic has been invested with a 7-year mandate which will run out in a few months. As such, it is entirely up to him to reassure his fellow citizens of his determination to fully assume it with the same enthusiasm and commitment. Moreover, the government wishes to point out that Cameroon is a secular state where religions coexist in harmony and maintain peaceful relations with public authorities. This therefore implies that there is no conflict between the government and religious denominations, in this case the Catholic Church. In the same vein, the government reaffirms that Cameroon is a democratic state that respects the rule of law, where citizens, whoever they may be, can freely express themselves and make known their points of view on major issues of the nation. As a matter of fact, the government considers that the clear-cut declarations made by some religious authorities on the upcoming presidential election, which smacks of pure speculation, are the sole responsibility of those authorities and can in no way call into question the relationship between the state and religious denominations, nor influence the free choice of Cameroonians who will, when the time comes, make up their minds in all sovereignty and responsibility. By the way, with regards to his possible candidacy for the presidency of the Republic, President Paul Biya has clearly stated before that at the appropriate time, he will disclose whether or not he will be seeking re-election. As of now, any controversy on this issue is unnecessary. The government therefore invites everyone to stick to this answer while urging all those who aspire to the presidential office to prepare themselves in the best possible way to take part in this election. The government is closely working with competent structures to ensure that this election is organized in a serene, transparent and peaceful atmosphere. Signed by the Minister of Communication, Government Spokesperson Rene Emmanuel Sadi. And as you see, I'm at the top there, the stamp now today, the 7th of January 2025. So that one a statement where the government, it put them out, government communication. So for break them down for una, that one are too many words. When I know these diplomatic people them, they'll go learn that their diplomatic thing where they go learn them for kind of use plenty words them for deliver a message where it be very simple. For me, for break them down for una, my country people them, the only thing where the Minister for Communication talk now say with one, any person get the right for your opinions them for express whatever you want for express them. Two, any person where it is speculate or they talk about whether President Paul Biya will run for 2025 elections or not, that one not pure speculation, na your idea, na your opinion, because the president himself, he don't talk say, at the appropriate time, he go disclose for una whether he go run or he no go run. Right now, he never makes such statement. Any person where he want for interpret or misinterpret or draw conclusions from the end of year address to the nation, that one now your opinion, that one now your business, that one not na President Paul Biya your own words, now you they try to put words in your mouth. And now all that way the Minister for Communication, he don't talk and he talks the people the way they want for be presidential candidates for the election for 2025. May they prepare themselves and they plan for make sure that the election it take place in a serene, calm atmosphere where it would be peaceful. So and I don't read a few people, they don't talk a few other things. Now make I give one of my own opinions. I don't read in some forums people that they speculate, that they talk about the presidential election of 2025. This morning I read some person write a long article. They explain how or whether Professor Maurice Kamto go fit submit the candidacy for presidential election 2025. He explained how, because the MRC, Professor Maurice Kamto, the party, you know, get elected members in parliament, and you know, get councillors or something like that. You know, get people the way the representatives, they don't elect them under the party. So you know, qualify in that way for put or submit a candidacy for presidential election. The only other way now for you forget 300 signatures, 30 signatures from each of the regions around the whole country. And the person draw a conclusion, say it would be extremely difficult for Professor Maurice Kamto to forget 300 signatures for you for submitting for be a candidate. Now that is a problem. The problem is not even the Cameroon government or whatever. The problem is the opposition. If you, the major opposition party in a country like Cameroon, you know, if you get 300 signatures of people of high standing in society, then how are you going to guarantee 5 to 6 million votes from the general public electorate for elect you as president of the republic? So even if they make you a presidential candidate, there is a zero chance say you go win that election if you know if it garner just 300 signatures from the people from 30 signatures from far north, 30 from southwest, 30 from littoral, 30 from central, 30 from west region where you come off for day, 30 from the east, and all of those. That is the easiest. I mean, even me where they for you, they run my mouth for Facebook, I sure say I fit even approach that number. So what about Professor Maurice Kamto, the biggest opposition party inside Cameroon? When I doubt whether if it get 300, a mere 300 signatures. So how then when I fit talk say if you win presidential election in the country? So by that assessment and by that analysis, I see I'm saying this, so the opposition, they don't just give up. There is no point, there is no hope. When I not get no opposition inside Cameroon, and when I not feel blame President Paul Biya or the CPDM because they are better at politics than you. And then I don't also read some people that talk about President Paul Biya age. Now now one of the main things that people they always talk about and say he be too old, he be too old, he be too old. But the people the way that they talk to President Paul Biya be too old, who be your candidate? Who be the person where you want to make a challenge President Paul Biya? Because when I talk about Professor Maurice Kamto, he is 70 years old. That is too old if you ask me. If you talk about Akere Muna, he is 72 years old. Where it means say, if they give Professor Maurice Kamto one mandate for 7 years, it would be at the age of 77 by the time he finish his first term. If he take 2 terms, it would be 84 years old. Is that young? And then Akere Muna own, it would be now 86 years old if he served 2 terms of 7 years. So the people the way that they talk to President Paul Biya be too old. First of all, the constitution it not put an upper limit to the age where you fit be for contest to presidential election. Not be me I dey write the laws of Cameroon. When I need for question and I need for challenge now the lawmakers them. People then the parliamentarians them where we send them, elect them, send them for go represent we. If you get a problem, say me they put an upper limit to the presidential candidate for Cameroon, because we know say there is a lower limit. You know fit run for presidential election unless you be at the age of 35 or over 35. So there is no upper limit. So it being President Paul Biya ye right for contest for the election as the constitution is stated. Now those way they talk President Paul Biya be too old. What is your solution? Are you saying, and I'm talking about, for example, lawyers, barristers, and the opposition, how many of them they advocate say make they amend the constitution for put an upper limit to presidential terms? How many of them? Because I've not heard it. I hear crickets. As a matter of fact, if any person don't ever advocate say make they get upper limit to presidential maybe said presidential term limit, and also an upper limit to the age where person need for be before he run as a presidential candidate, then if I don't ever talk about that one advocate and I don't know, then I stand to be corrected. But I have not heard it. So it be disingenuous and it be a conny for talks to President Paul Biya be too old, but you know be but you not be prepared for change the law for make am say me person you not ever run for election if he be too old. And if you talk to President Paul Biya be too old, the question is how old is too old? Because at the age of Maurice come to age 70, he should be retired. If you ask me, he no good ask me now for give you a job for the first time. He need to apply for a job, because when he run as a president, he apply for a job. He apply from we, the people the way they hold the sovereignty of the nation, people the way they go vote he. So if he can't apply for a job, for go take the job for the very first time at the age of 70, are you telling me he's not too old? Because all the people the way I don't hear when they complain about President Paul Biya age, none of them need to complain about Professor Maurice Kamto or Akere Muna age, because if you ask me, those people are too old. If you ask me, that one na my opinion. Oh, as soon as I know, I give una my opinion. If you like him, that's your business. If you don't like him, that is still your business. But I will give my opinions because talk is cheap, and I get the right for air out my views and my opinions because I get the freedom of speech. So thank you plenty if I don't listen to my own opinions this evening. Today na number 7 day for January 2025. Once again, the Minister for Communication, he don't talk say President Paul Biya, he never actually declare whether he run or not. He could declare at the appropriate time. And people the way they talk say they so President Paul Biya be too old for run for presidential election. Themselves they need to tell we who way they want to make it run, where they want to make it win, where it not be old. Because when I look at the field of the opposition, I see now all old people them. If you ask me, thank you plenty.